I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, here we go. Getting ready to go green. Patrick Pieper, Kirk Marble on the front row. Edmund Jones, Jacob Morgan have the second. Cody Kennedy, Clay Karchenbauer on the third row. Justin Swafford, Colby Whipple on the fourth. Mr. Uncrustables, Austin Ruskov, and Blakey Pooh Snickerdoodle Boo Boo rounding out your top 10. Aaron Brill starting in 11th. Tyler Ott in 12th. Brian Hewitt starting in 13th. Ryan McDaniel in 14th. Vern Spring starting in 15th. And Vic Brown in 16th. All the drivers stacked up, ready to go here at Sonoma. The first time Nowski has ever come to this track. Blake saying, what is this, amateur hour due to Colby hitting that wall? Blake, just nobody's as awesome as you. Barney the Flagman, a fairly easy job here tonight. He'll only have to wave a caution one time at lap 25. Likely to see a lot of single file on the formation lap here, at least through the S's. Vic Brown did not take to the grid. I expect everybody will tighten up out of the horseshoe. Porsche pace car leading him around here. As always, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. A lot of these drivers do listen in, love knowing their fans are in the stands. Down through the horseshoe, they get ready to go. The pace car is in. Patrick Pieper out front the first time Nowski has ever gone to Sonoma. Second race of the playoffs. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. Russell Worth, good evening, buddy. He predicts Patrick Pieper for the win. I think a large portion of the field coming into tonight was expecting that same thing. As they come up the hill, everybody holding on to it so far. Colby Whipple had a little problem early on in the lap. Patrick Pieper already on a bit of a breakaway as they come through the S's. Looked like Tyler Ott has some speed. Watching him in practice, he was definitely moving, trying to get himself past Brian Hewitt. Best place to do it is breaking into the horseshoe, and he is going to pull it off on out-braking him. Tyler now into 12th. as Patrick Pieper leads lap 1. And surprisingly, few problems, only Colby Whipple's off track in the first lap. Jacob Morgan now up into third place in that 24 car. Jeff Gordon had a ton of wins here. You gotta wonder if he's got Gordon behind the wheel for him tonight. Tyler Ott, Ryan McDaniel have been an off track. Both of them have recovered. Edmund Jones currently in 4th, points leader Clay Kirchenbauer in 5th. Coming into this week, Kirk Marble is the only driver locked in. As we have 12 drivers in the playoffs, but after Kansas, next week we will drop to 8. Pieper's lead is starting to shrink. Kirk Marble is closing in. And if you're here on Sunday mornings, you know Kirk knows how to drive, as Blakey Poo has had a problem. Let's take a look at a couple of incidents. There's Tyler Ott coming through the S's. He closes in on Ryan, gets into his bumper. When he hits the brake to back off, he just slides it through. In the incident a moment later with Ryan McDaniel, you see Colby on a run on the outside. Passes Brian Hewitt. Ryan just goes off track wide. And finally, let's see what happened to Blake coming through the horseshoe. On the power, just a hair too much. 360 gets going again, but loses some ground. Patrick Pieper, last time by, had the fastest lap so far, 1:17.39. Opening his lead over Kirk Marble, back up to 2.3 seconds. Jacob Morgan holds on back in 3rd. Edmund Jones in 4th. Clay Kirchenbauer currently runs 5th, as Cody Kennedy on his bumper in 6th. Justin Swafford currently in 7th. Austin Ruskoff back in 8th. Aaron Brill in 9th. And Colby Whipple just took 10th. Blake had a bit of an off track. That's how Colby got the position. Brian Hewitt back in 12th. Ryan Ryan got a little too much of the rumble strip there. Vern Spring back in 14th. Tyler Ott currently running in 15th. Last time by, Kirk Marble had a faster lap than Pieper. He has closed the gap back down to 1.9. Kirk is on the attack. Patrick Pieper came in tonight 4th in points. Kirk is 3rd in points. Kirk, though, is locked in. Pieper is not. So Kirk can get a little bit more aggressive out here. Unfortunately for Kirk, I just realized he's driving a Ford. That car may spontaneously combust at any moment. Jacob Morgan came into the night 12th in points. He is back there in that zone. He could be eliminated after Kansas. But that 24 is laying down some laps here tonight. Currently running in third place. Edmund Jones, though, right on his tail in fourth. Clay right on Edmund's bumper in fifth. And Cody Kennedy right behind in sixth. Interesting to note, Cody Kennedy and Kirk Marble both run in GT3 and SS on Sunday mornings. And rumor has it, Patrick Pieper will be joining in the future. Be interesting to see if Cody Kennedy can get the car forward. It's also interesting to note the top two are currently fluctuating between about 1.8 to 2.5 seconds apart. But Jacob Morgan and the rest of the field are over 10 seconds back. As Brian Hewitt had a huge problem back behind. Hewitt coming up the hill. It is tricky at the top. The back end just gets light as you come over the hill, and that is a hard place to recover the car from. And Blake has had a problem. Blake headed back into the horseshoe once again. Same place he had a problem. This time he just gets into the outside wall. That's one I have never seen before. Pieper's lead at the line, 2.4 seconds. Edmund Jones has gotten by Jacob Morgan, is now up into third. Edmund, another driver in those final four spots within the range. It could be eliminated from the playoffs after next week's race at Kansas. The four currently on the bubble: Colby Whipple, Edmund Jones, Aaron Brill, and Jacob Morgan. Edmund and Jacob currently sitting third and fourth. Colby Whipple and Aaron Brill is in ninth. Colby Whipple in 10th. You know these two are going to be racing extremely hard next week at Kansas, and they need a little luck to go their way here tonight. The drivers are looking at 18 to 21 laps on a tank of fuel. They will have a competition caution at lap 25. So they're going to be very close on fuel in that second stint, but they will have to make a green flag stop during this first stint, and Pieper is already into lap traffic as he catches up to Brian Hewitt. Pieper gets down to the inside, just shoots by the lap car. He has opened up a 3-second gap on Kirk. Edmund back in third, 10 seconds back. Jacob Morgan in fourth. Now has Kirchenbauer all over his bumper. Kirchenbauer peeked to the inside. Jacob I don't know if he was just letting him by. Looks like he was. And Cody Kennedy almost shot the gap to the inside on Jacob. Clay Kirchenbauer now up to 4th. Jacob holds 5th. Cody in 6th. Swafford in 7th. Swafford was extremely fast in practice. I expect to see him coming forward before the night is out. Cody Kennedy looks to the inside. Oh, he locks him up, but recovers it. Oh, but may have gotten a bump from Morgan, and Cody goes around. Quickly recovers the car, but loses several positions. Taking a look down from the blimp, there's Cody, shoots it to the inside, hard on the brakes. Gets the run out, and oh yeah, he was a little slow out of the turn. Jacob was on the throttle, just got into his bumper. Ryan McDaniel now losing a lap back in 14th as Pieper continues to set a blistering pace. However, tire fall off is becoming an issue now. Track temperature is still very cool for California, 81 degrees. Kirk Marble currently in 2nd. Edmund Jones still holds 3rd. Clay Kirchenbauer in 4th, though, is closing in quickly. Wow! Heard the drivers talking during the pre-race, and a lot of, whoa! Clay using every bit of the track. The driver said from this point on the track, use all the curb, but that first half of the track, avoid the curb. Clay Kirchenbauer did not get the avoid the curb memo. He is full send right now. Jacob Morgan in 5th. Justin Swafford now in 6th. Cody back in 7th, trying to recover, and Austin Ruskoff has had a problem. Austin coming over the top of the hill. Oh, just overshoots the entry there. Has to let a couple of cars get by before he can recover. Does get it rolling again, still holds on to 10th place. Tire wear is becoming a big factor, even though only 12 laps in. Tyler Ott is actually on pit road already. He can make it to the caution from here, and Austin Ruskoff has had another problem. Austin has Blake closing in right behind as they head off into the horseshoe. Oh, Austin just extremely wide, may have been letting Blake get by there. And Blake has had a problem. Blake coming back down the hill. Oh, just locks up the brakes and slides it through the turn, quickly recovers. Clay Kirchenbauer has also come to pit road. Blake Beacon is in. We talked about the tire wear being a problem. Here. No, I thought Pieper was going to head in. The back half of the field is in. Patrick Pieper's fastest lap of 1:17.39. Let's see what it is at the line this time. 1:19.74, almost 2.5 seconds slower in just 14 laps. Austin Ruskoff is on pit road. Edmund Jones gives up third. Jacob Morgan is in. Swafford cut that one a little close. Coming through the horseshoe that time, but holds on to it. Cody Kennedy now in fourth. Colby Whipple in fifth. This pit stop cycle through. Swafford has had a problem at the far end of the track, and he has lost a position as Cody goes by. Swafford coming down the hill, closing in on the car ahead of Tyler Ott. Oh, just gets it too deep and too much of the rumble strip. 360s it to the right. Quickly recovers, but does lose the position to Cody Kennedy. Old tires are really starting to make things interesting out here. Aaron Brill has come to pit road. Patrick Pieper continuing to stay out. Kirk Marble continuing to stay out. All but the top 5 have been to pit. Ooh, Cody got a lot of that curb that time. Swafford right on his bumper, trying to reclaim his position. Colby Whipple back in fifth. And Blake has had a problem again. Aaron Brill, Vern Spring are on pit road. Blake is back. Blake is towed to pit road. Blake coming back down toward the horseshoe once again. Oh! Gets on the brakes at the wrong point, slides nose first into the tires. Throws it to pit road. He will use a fast repair and get back out, but a hard break for Blake. Now they do have 2 fast repairs available for tonight. It's interesting, Blake has been extremely fast all over the track except for the horseshoe. That is the one part of this track that is just killing him. Justin Swafford still sits on the back bumper of Cody Kennedy. And Patrick Pieper's lead continuing to grow. It is now 3.9 seconds over Kirk Marble. Cody Kennedy in third, Swafford in fourth, coming up on lap traffic. Ryan McDaniel moves over, lets that lead lap battle go by. Pieper continuing to stay out. Remember, they can go at least 2 more laps on their fuel. I don't think anybody in the top 5 is conserving fuel right now. Speaking of top 5, Clay Kirchenbauer just came by Colby Whipple. He is the highest running car on fresh tires and running down Cody Kennedy. Swafford has gotten back by to take third. Patrick Pieper looks like he is being a little bit more conservative at this end of the track than we have seen it being. With the tire fall off, we've seen a lot of incidents of cars sliding, losing rear grip. I think these 5 drivers that have not been to pit road are likely trying to make those tires last and keep them going the right way. And the leader is on pit road. Kirk Marble is going to stay out. Kirk Marble goes to the lead. It is a long drive down pit road here. Blake Veakin has come back off pit road, but he has had a problem and has towed back to pit road. And is it in the horseshoe again? Here comes Blake down toward the horseshoe. Gets loose and hits a different tire barrier. Blake is not having any luck in the horseshoe tonight. Kirk Marble will give up the lead. He is on pit road. Patrick Pieper is back out on track, currently in 5th. Clay Kirchenbauer in 4th place, coming through lap traffic as he closes the gap on Cody Kennedy and Justin Swafford. Oh, Swafford just drifts it through there. I'd almost put money we see Swafford on pit road this time. Those tires look like they are toast. Blake Veakin not happy with whoever put the concrete in those tires, as both Justin Swafford and Cody Kennedy come down pit road. Blake said he hopes whoever puts the concrete in those tires stubs their toes at night. Glad it wasn't me. Blake Kirchenbauer still ahead of Patrick Pieper as pit stops cycle through, putting Clay now in 2nd place. But for how long? Here comes Pieper. Pieper finds the opening, shoots underneath. He will reclaim second place and cycle back into the lead momentarily. Brian Hewitt has had a problem and towed. Brian Hewitt coming down through the coming down through the S's. The car just slips out from under him, gets into the tire barrier, he bounces off, and it looks like the car is stuck. The engine may have blown. We are likely to see Kirk Marble on pit road this lap. Should be right at the limit of his fuel. Patrick Pieper in second, about 31.6 seconds back. And this is very interesting. Patrick Pieper got a speeding penalty on pit road last time and has still managed to pull back up into second. And Kirk Marble does not come in. I am beginning to wonder, based on Kirk's lap times, if he is trying to conserve fuel and make it to the comp caution, as Tyler Ott has had a problem. Tyler Ott comes down into the horseshoe and gets on the power, snaps around. We've seen a couple of drivers do that already tonight. The horseshoe is so tricky in a stock car. Kirk Marble once again skips pit road entry. Ryan McDaniel has had a problem. We'll take a look at Ryan here in just a moment. Checking Kirk's lap time this time by. And I have to believe Kirk's laps, those are fuel conservation. If he can stretch it out about 2 more laps here. He is on the gas going down the hill. Swafford has had a problem as well. Edmund Jones has had a problem. Let's take a look at what happened a moment ago. Starting with Ryan McDaniel coming down through the S's. Oh, back in, steps out twice. Gets it gathered up and eventually gets it rolling again. Justin Swafford at the far end of the track heading into the S's. On the power, the back completely steps out. Oh, 360, but he ends up pointed the right way. And Edmund Jones just at the end of the S's coming toward the horseshoe. On the brakes, goes around on entry. Wow. Also, wow, Kirk Marble is still out on track. Can he do what nobody thought could be done? Clay Kirchenbauer, Justin Swafford have both come to pit road unexpectedly. Looks like they're going to make their stops before the caution and try and get some track position. Caution! The comp caution is out! The comp caution is out and Kirk Marble has done it. Does he have enough fuel to get back around to pit road? Brian Hewitt has had a problem. Hewitt down at the far end of the track, getting ready to turn into the S's. It gets extremely slick there, as we've seen. The car just tries to keep going right. He gets it back out on track. Nice save by Hewitt. So Kirk Marble has got the lead, is the only driver that has not stopped. I stand corrected. Kirk Marble did stop on lap 19. So it was not a fuel strategy move. He just managed to take it, and with Pieper's penalty, he was able to claim the lead and hold off Patrick Pieper as he leads the field onto pit road. Patrick Pieper now in second, Jacob Morgan in third, Edmund Jones fourth, Cody Kennedy in fifth, Clay Kirchenbauer in sixth. Keep an eye on Kirchenbauer. And Justin Swafford. No, Swafford may be out. As pit stops are underway at the halfway point, we may have a few drivers now out of the race. Justin Swafford is out. Blake Viken is out. Austin Ruskoff is out. Vic Brown did not grid. Brian Hewitt, here in a couple laps, will pick up a position from Swafford. Ryan doing a little off-roading under caution. And off pit road, Kirk Marble has the lead. Patrick Pieper has dominated this race so far. Let's see if we can get a quick word. Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
How you doing, Doug?
Good, man. I have to say, getting a speeding penalty and still fighting back to second place very, very quickly is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was a bummer. I don't know what was going on there because I went to 46 for like a second, just like a second. And then I was like, I better back down to 44. I was cruising at 44 for like 3 seconds. And then it gave me the penalty finally. And I was like, well, whatever. I mean, it's not so bad because I feel like I've got a favorable position on the restart here. So we'll see how it goes. I just got to not get another speeding penalty and not do what I did on, I think, the first or second lap where I decided to cut the S's in the dirt.
That could be problematic, man. It is obvious that on the long run, these cars are becoming a handful.
I felt like I was managing it all right. I was still in the low 19s by the end of that run, but it definitely was getting. I was definitely having to back my brake markers up quite a bit, just because. I mean, like going into the final hairpin, I was kind of overshooting where I kind of wanted to be tucked inside along the barriers. So.
Well, it's definitely going to be an interesting second half of this race. Attrition already playing a factor, man. Good luck.
Thanks, Doug.
Kirk Marble out front, and now Cody Kennedy up into fourth place. The two road course aces. See if we can get a quick word with Kirk. Hey, Kirk, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Doug? How's it going?
Hey, going good, man. You had one heck of a run so far, up there in the lead.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far, actually. I'm just a little bit worried now that Patrick's caught back up to me after his speeding penalty.
Yeah, it did take him a while, but obviously you were keeping a pretty good cap on him. Do you have enough speed to keep him behind you on this restart?
If I do everything perfect, yes.
Well, you got Cody back there for a little bit of help if needed.
I hope he gives me all that he can.
Man, it has been an awesome race. You and Cody, obviously, two of the best at road racing. Hope to see you have another good finish. Good luck.
Thanks, Doug.
So Kirk Marble in the lead, but now Patrick Pieper will start side by side. Looks like we're going to have about 7 cars on the lead lap here. This is definitely helping out a few of the drivers that were in the top 12, but were close to that elimination zone. Aaron Brill is now up into 8th. He needs a good run tonight. Jacob Morgan up into 6th. He also needed a good run tonight. Edmund Jones needed a good run. Currently sits in 5th. And Colby Whipple in 7th needed a good run. Could be a game changer going into the final race of the round of 12 next week at Kansas. Lights are out on the pace car. They will restart with 22 laps to go. Oh, and Clay Kirchenbauer, he stopped right before the caution. He's now starting in 3rd. A great strategy move by Clay. And you can tell who your 12 playoff drivers are. You see that little yellow visor that says playoffs. Those are the 12 playoff drivers. And interestingly, all of the top 8 drivers are playoff contenders. Pace car about to drop in for the restart. They will be green to the end. Pace car is in. Through the horseshoe they go. Kirk Marble in control of the restart. They stack up out of the horseshoe. Here we go. Green flag is back in the air. They are away. Kirk gets a good launch. Pieper on the high side. Kirk clears into turn 2. Kirk Marble holding the lead. Pieper in 2nd. Clay staying right with him in 3rd. Cody Kennedy lurking in 4th. Jacob Morgan still there in 5th. Edmund Jones in 6th. Colby Whipple got the wave around back to the lead lap. He is in 7th, but about half a lap back. Ryan McDaniel is back on pit road. Brian Hewitt staying in the fight, currently in 12th. Vern Spring currently in 10th. Pieper looking for the lead. Kirk holds him off for the moment. Remember, there were times during the early part of this race, Kirk was running Pieper down. This could be one heck of a battle to the end. And they will have to make one more pit stop for fuel. That pit strategy could be a deciding factor. Oh, Ryan McDaniel just spun off track. Not far ahead of the leaders. Ryan quickly gets the car recovered. Edmund Jones has had a problem. Here's Edmund coming through the S, coming out of the S's toward the horseshoe. Closing the gap on Jacob, gets on the brakes. Too much rear brake, and he goes for a slide. And that horseshoe has just been catastrophic for some drivers. At the moment, Kirk is holding off. Patrick Pieper, Clay Kirchenbauer in third. Cody Kennedy now to fourth. Jacob Morgan holds on to fifth. Edmund Jones lost a lot of ground. Now back in sixth. And Colby Whipple in seventh is actually closing in on Edmund. Kirk Marble is currently running lap times on par with Patrick Pieper. Looks like Brian Hewitt, Clay Kirchenbauer have both gone off track and recovered. Brian Hewitt working his way up the hill. Just goes a little bit wide there. Mike Kirchenbauer also same turn. Gets a little too much of the rumble strip and goes wide. And Ryan McDaniel has had a problem at Toad to Pit Road. Oh, Ryan had significant damage from an earlier incident. Oh, Ryan took the jump. I believe Ryan can fly. He flew into the other dimension. We'll see if Ryan does recover from going to the Shadow Realm. Kirk Marble still holding Pieper off and has actually put a gap in there of 1 second. Blake Kirchenbauer back in third has opened up a 2-second gap on Cody Kennedy in fourth. Jacob Morgan sitting back there in fifth has a 2.6-second gap on Edmund Jones. Colby Whipple still way behind after getting the wave around. Tyler Hunt still holding on to 8th. Aaron Brill back in 9th. Vern Spring in 10th. Brian Hewitt in 11th. And Ryan McDaniel, the last car, in 12th. Everybody else has retired. Edmund Jones appears to have had another problem. And it looks like into the horseshoe again. Again, just too much rear brake. Stomps on it, and the back end steps out, but quickly recovers. Ryan apparently took the jump at 88 miles an hour and went back in time. Kirk Marble still holding the lead, but Pieper closing the gap. Edmund Jones on pit road. This is likely his final stop. Everybody can make it from here. Blake Kirchenbauer back in third, has Cody Kennedy in fourth. Cody, every few laps, seems to gain a little bit of ground, but then loses it. Still holding about 2.5 seconds back in fourth. Jacob Morgan back in fifth. Colby Whipple is on pit road for his final stop. And Pieper is in for his final stop. Hey, good evening, JR. Clay Kirchenbauer back in third, now takes second place from Pieper. We'll see if Pieper got a speeding penalty this time. Oh, Brian Hewitt got a little wobbly there. Tyler Ott, he is on pit road. Pieper is on his way out. No speeding penalty this time. How you doing tonight, JR? Kirk Marble continuing to run. Clay in second, Cody third, Jacob fourth, Pieper in fifth now after making his stop. The top four have not been to pit road yet. Look like a little bobble getting on power for Kirk Marble. Edmund Jones is still out, currently on the lead lap in 6th. And Kirk Marble is on pit road for his final stop. Patrick Pieper in 5th, having completed his stop, is closing the gap now on Jacob Morgan. Clay Kirchenmeyer now has the lead. Cody Kennedy in 2nd. Jacob Morgan in 3rd. But where is Pieper? Pieper coming across the line as Kirk is on his way out. Pieper gets by. It's going to be a dogfight up the hill, side by side, with lap traffic ahead. Colby Whipple goes wide. Oh, Pieper's around. He's in the wall. What a battle, what chaos, and this just got nuts. Looks like Kirk Marble had a problem, went off track at the same time. Let's take a look at everything that just happened. Take a look down from the blimp this time. As they come up, Colby kindly pulls off into the dirt, and Kirk just comes to the right a little bit, gets into Pieper. Pieper quickly recovers. Kirk Marble there in the blue car, he just barely gets into him, but it spins him around as well. He gets it recovered and going, but loses ground. That may turn out to be the battle for the win. And Pieper came out on top. Cody Kennedy on his way off at him. He has completed his stop. Clay Kirchenmeyer still in the lead, has not completed his stop, nor has second place Jacob Morgan. Colby Whipple has had a problem back behind. Clay is on pit road for his final stop. Can he get it done before Pieper gets back? Pieper coming down into the horseshoe. Clay has not hit his stall yet. Jacob Morgan has gone by to take the lead. Clay just hit his pit box as Pieper heads toward the start-finish line. Kirk Marble goes by. Clay on his way out. As Cody Kennedy comes toward the start-finish line. Jacob Morgan now out front has a 9-second lead, has not made his pit stop. Jacob Morgan, Patrick Pieper, Kirk Marble, Clay Kirchenmeyer, Cody Kennedy, your top 5. Jacob, the only one left to pit. Pieper now has a 5-second lead over Kirk Marble. It looks like that battle between them has decided the end of this one. Jacob Morgan is on pit road. Ryan McDaniel has had a problem and towed to pit road. Brian heads up toward turn 1. Headed up to, oh, he's going for the jump. Flies it over Brian Hewitt. Blows the engine, but it was a very pretty jump. And he cleared Hewitt. That's impressive. Pit stops have been completed. Now Pieper in the lead, Kirk in second, Clay Kirchenbauer in third. Cody Kennedy, Edmund Jones round out your top 5. Jacob Morgan is the last car on the lead lap in 6th. Colby Whipple holds on to 7th. Tyler Ott in 8th. Aaron Brill 9th, Vern Spring in 10th, Brian Hewitt in 11th, Ryan McDaniel sits on pit road total in 12th. But he did manage to jump over Brian Hewitt. Just for fun, let's ride along with Brian Hewitt. See what he saw as he came up the hill. Now, he didn't see anything, but you could hear the engine fly overhead. Probably for the best that Brian couldn't see that. Probably would have startled him into wrecking. It definitely would have startled me. Kirk Marble about 5.25 seconds out of the lead. Does that car have anything left for the leader? Clay Kirchenbauer in third, hopes he has a little car left. Cody Kennedy has started to reel him in. Cody Kennedy's last 2 or 3 laps have been significantly faster than Clay's. He is starting to close in. And you know, one driver here tonight is showing that just being steady and consistent pays off. We saw Tyler Ott have an issue early in the race. Ever since then, he has just run steady, consistent laps. They aren't the fastest, they aren't the slowest, but they are consistent. He has stayed out of trouble and picked up 4 spots, now up into 8th. Good run by Ott tonight. Ott came in tonight 8th in points. He just needs to keep Whipple, Edmund, Aaron, and Jacob Morgan behind him in the points. Clay Kirchenbauer back in third. The last couple of laps has been able to maintain a 2.4 second gap on Cody Kennedy. However, Cody has a lap car between him. Vern Spring now moving over, lets Cody by. And the gap quickly starts to close. Vern Spring, another one who stayed out of trouble. Holy cow! Cody just drifts it through the turn. But gets the power back down and back across the start-finish line. He did lose a lot of ground on clay. Vern Spring, another one who has just been consistent, stayed out of trouble all night, now up 5 spots into 10th. Pieper headed down the S's, coming to 5 to go. Kirk Marble in second, has closed the gap down by 1 full second. He's now down to 4 1/4 seconds, but he is going to have to make up a lot of ground in very few laps here. He really needs Pieper to make a mistake. Pieper has yet to make one here tonight. Clay Kirchenbauer in third is pulled away since Cody drifted it through the horseshoe. Edmund Jones holds on back in 5th. Ahead of Colby Whipple and ahead of Tyler Ott. DJ Kenner, who's also 7th in points, not here tonight. That could be the deciding factor after Kansas as to who advances into the final 8. Four laps to go for Patrick Pieper. Kirk Marble 3.9 seconds back. Tyler Ott, Vern Spring have had a problem. Tyler coming into the far end of the track. Oh, just gets the rumble strips wrong. The back end steps out on him. Backs it up, keeps it going. Stays low as the leaders come by. Vern Spring coming out of the S's down toward the horseshoe. How many drivers has the horseshoe bit to know? He gets into the tires. Everybody slips by successfully, but man, that one hurts. Three laps to go for Patrick Pieper. And his lead has grown. Last lap, Kirk Marble did not have a good lap and lost a ton of ground. He is now 6 seconds behind the leader. Clay Kirchenbauer still holding on to third. Cody Kennedy in fourth. Mark, doing great, buddy. How are you doing tonight? Coming through the horseshoe, it'll be 2 laps to go here at Sonoma. The first time the Nowski Nation has ever come to this track. It has been an eventful race as Brian Hewitt has had an incident and towed. Oh, Hewitt through the S's just misses the braking point, slides out to the wall, and you see the puff of smoke that engine just let go. Well, we're definitely going to have some good content on YouTube in the coming days from tonight's race, including some very awesome jumping skills. Whoa, Pieper has a little bobble, but he comes out of the final turn and sees the white flag one more time around for Patrick Pieper. He just needs to make no mistakes. He has a 7.3 second lead over Kirk Marble. Clay Kirchenbauer had pulled out to a 5-second lead on Cody Kennedy after Kennedy's drift. Kennedy is closing back in just over 3 seconds behind. It definitely is starting to feel like summer. As Patrick Pieper has dominated all night, he comes down through the S's. Into the horseshoe one last time. Patrick Pieper has had a speeding penalty, has been knocked off track, and has still dominated the night here at Sonoma. He will win the first ever Nowski race at Sonoma. Kirk Marble will come home in second, and Clay Kirchenbauer comes through the horseshoe one more time to finish in third. And let's talk to our top 3, starting with Clay. Clay, for the first time at Sonoma, buddy, that was a great run.
Yeah, I'll take it. It kind of feels like a W there. Kirk and Pat are in a league of their own, so feels like best of the rest type of thing. So Cody kept me out there, had some good racing with Edmund, and it was a really fun night actually.
Well, it definitely looked like it was a good time. A lot of great racing and a great job holding Cody off tonight. Man, congratulations, buddy.
Appreciate it, Doug. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Clay Kirchenbauer comes home in third. Kirk Marble coming home in second. Kirk, if not for that one mistake, could you have held them off?
Oh man, it would have been real hard, but maybe if I just didn't run into Patrick.
That did get a bit wild as you two were battling it out to the point Colby Whipple just pulled off the track to let you guys fight it out. It was turning into quite a battle. A lot of side-by-side action there.
Yeah, it was a real fun race. I was coming out of pit road and I looked over and I'm like, that's Patrick! And I just floored it trying to stay next to him, but probably a bad idea on cold tires.
Probably so. And, you and Cody going to line up for the drag race, huh?
Oh yeah, I think a bunch of us are getting ready to line up here.
Oh, man. Well, great race tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Hope you enjoyed.
And finally, our winner, Patrick Pieper, will try and keep a camera on the drag strip here. Patrick, a speeding penalty, you get knocked off the track, and you still come back for a win.
Yeah, that was, I was just telling the guys that was not easy work. I mean, after what happened actually with the second pit stop, I pitted earlier than I really wanted to because I had a black flag, because I don't know if the cameras caught it, but I hit that wall on that left-hander, or excuse me, right-hander on the exit pretty hard, and it gave me a meatball, and my car just didn't feel right after that.
Oh.
And so I was just like, oh, there goes my motor. Yeah, after that, I was like thinking like my race is over, and there goes any chance of a win. But then they cleared the meatball for me, but my car still didn't feel right, and so I felt like I pitted a little bit too early. But I also felt like that with fresh tires, I might be able to make up a little bit of ground. And then it was squirrely that second run because the track temps must have really picked up coming out on fresh tires. My car was all over the place, and I was like, well, I'll have to try and go for a win another time. And then Kirk pitted that lap, and I was trying to pass Colby, and we came up right on Kirk, and then we got bunched up there, and then that whole ordeal happened. I didn't know at first if it was me or if it was Kirk, and then Kirk just said that he was on cold tires, and he just lit him up, and he got into me. So, like I said, I felt a little bit bad that the win kind of came as a result of a little bit of contact. But it is what it is, and I'm happy with the win. Happy to win at my home track. I've probably got, I don't know about this configuration. I mean, I've never done this configuration before, but I've run the carousel and like the IndyCar course with 24 Hours of Lemons, and I've got 1,000 laps here. So this is the one that I really wanted to win between not only my real life experience, but also, like I said, just the fact that it's my home track and the fact that I'm running this sell the team paint scheme because John Fisher's the worst owner in professional sports, and hopefully that falls through because, like I said, the Bay Area deserves 2 baseball teams, and they can definitely support it with the right owner.
Well, man, great job and a great win tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
All right, thanks, Doug. And just want to say hi to my mom.
And she said, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
All right, well, I'm going to go see if there's chicken. I think there's pizza, though.
I'll be at your house shortly if there's pizza, bud.
All right. I'll save you a slice.
Say. Patrick Pieper pulling off the win at Sonoma. The first time Nowski was here did not disappoint. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 7 Eastern, Home Motorsports is back. A great season underway there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.